table. You know what to do.
So here we are, episode 7. We've got legendary Rick Thorne on the Real Talk No Bull podcast today, joining us all the way from Cali. Man, thanks so much for coming on, bro. Like, appreciate it heaps. Like, full of gratitude right now. Being presenced by such a legendary dude like yourself, man. It's
Thanks,
amazing.
dude. Even though I'm 30 minutes late, go ahead. You can say it. You can say it.
Nah,
mate. We're it's all good here. Like we said,
I'm kidding. I'm
you're
kidding.
here
I'm
now. That's all
psyched to
that
be here.
matters.
Dude, I love Australia, bro. First time I went to Australia was 1996 for the Big Day Out tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought like there'd be kangaroos running around the street. Shit. I never thought I'd go to Australia, bro. It's sick. I love it down there. You guys are awesome.
Sometimes there is, man. Like out where I live, like sometimes there's kangaroos running down the street, man.
Yep.
So
Oh, that's fucking cool. Hey, I think that song "Highway to Hell" is the fucking road that goes across the country.
across the Nullarbor.
Yeah.
That's the highway to hell, bro. Think about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I think about these things.
that's it, man. That's it. So you're heading off to the skate park, are you, man? Like heading down the skate park?
Yeah, I mean, I try to ride every day. I've been riding forever. It's just kind of like I mean, I don't know. It's what you do. You know what I mean? You just need that feeling, finding something you like to do. So I just like to go shoot a couple photos, and there's so much to ride in California, like a tremendous amount of stuff. If you, if you got a car,
Yeah.
there's so much shit, bro. Actually, the first time I went to Australia, I was blown away by the public skate parks you guys had. You guys were like, you had all of that. The U.S. had none of it at that time. Like, I remember I rode like Manly Park, I think, and the Paran ramp in Melbourne.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was like, how's there a half pipe right here next to that basketball court? This is amazing. That was the coolest. And Bondi Beach had a ramp. They still do, I think. I think they got a bowl
Yeah,
now.
big bowl set up down there.
Cool, dude. It's so
Yeah.
sick. I love it.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, just go to the park session for a little bit.
Yeah, nice, man, nice. So I mean, for our viewers that don't know you, man, like you were born in Kansas City, is that correct? Missouri?
I was, dude. Yeah. KCMO. Yeah. Midwest.
Yeah,
Uh,
fully landlocked in the middle there, eh?
yeah. Plus, too, like back then, dude, because I was born in '69. So growing up in the '80s and Kansas City, and then you just like, you see California, and you're trying to, you want to emulate like everything you see of California, and you just, I don't know, it's just kind of like a dream of yours to kind of make it out here because everything just seems so far fetched. Just trying to be a bike rider in the '80s in Missouri wasn't like the easiest task in the world. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like there wasn't any opportunities. There was no skate parks, no ramps, all that kind of stuff. So it was a cool place to grow up, but I just kind of maxed out like the way the city, I don't know, not the way it made me feel. I just felt like there was more opportunity out here. So I got sick of that winter. You guys
Yeah.
deal with winter in Australia? You do in some areas, don't you?
It's a little like we get a little bit of a winter, but not much, man.
It's winter here now, and I'm still in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't snow or nothing there, right? That's more like a New
Nah,
Zealand.
we get some in the mountains, but
yeah,
not up here in Queensland.
further south, but
Yeah.
not up where we
Yeah,
are.
so you
Sunny
guys
Queensland.
are like California. Yeah, you're California all day, dude. Same
Pretty
thing,
much,
same kind of
pretty
shit.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you get into BMXing, being landlocked over there in Kansas City?
Honestly, bro, I think it was just a sign of the times because, it's what a lot of kids did. Compared to nowadays, like kids have so many things to pick from. Like, yes, I see more kids on electric
Yeah.
bikes than bicycle. So it's kind of a trip, but like I think it was just kind of like, I don't know. I just got on my bike and just started riding around. I just like the way it made me feel. I don't know. It's hard to describe. Like started jumping off curves and shit, and then I just had a sense of like freedom and like kind of an independence or like a creativeness to it that I just felt like, I don't know. I just felt like it was like it's all about the feeling of like what it felt like. You know what I mean? If that makes much sense.
Yeah, just get out and ride and just leave it all.
Yeah. What was it
Yeah, or
about-
just clear your mind. I still do that to this day. I do a 10-mile ride through Hollywood. I've been doing for like 30 years. I just put on my headphones and just go fast and just do this route just to kind of clear my mind and just kind of feel, I don't know, just feel good for,
And sing a few
that
tunes
hour.
while you're at it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Matty loves sending them, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh,
get them
yeah.
every day.
Yeah, it's fun, bro. I just, hey, it's good vocal training.
Yeah.
That's why I started doing it. Yeah.
I
Because I
love it.
always heard like if you play drums, right? And I've always heard people say, because I'm in a band, and so, but I've never like sung other people's stuff and like really tried to sing everything, 16 parts of it. And then like, I was like, well, what if you sing songs and then just practice your breathing and your vocal and just find out where your range, like kind of people's stuff. It worked. It fucking worked. You become a better songwriter. You could read music and you listen to music differently. You're able to sing better. So that's why I did it. It was all just like my buddy Tosh, he plays drums for Lady Gaga, and he has like a thing that he does where he plays drums to songs. And he was
Okay.
on my podcast. He's like, hey, he goes, yeah, same kind of thing. Like you're just learning other people's stuff. It's not like you want to be them. You just kind of like, oh, okay. And you could do the same thing vocally. So anyways, that's why I do it. So it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
cool.
No, I've been listening to a few of your tunes there, man, and really like the Shred or Die. Like the video clip for that's awesome. Like all the
Yeah.
old school BMX clips and stuff.
Oh yeah. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, who
I,
who
I
was
just
on
put a new,
who was on
go ahead.
fire in the
Sorry.
tunnel? Was
That's
that
me.
you? That's you, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. These dudes were like, hey, we want to set you on fire. And it was like, bro, it was so amateur and rigged. I'm surprised I didn't get burned to death. Like the way they, seriously, dude, it was not done. I would not recommend it to anybody. But it didn't happen. But I didn't really get set on fire. It was a towel I had wrapped around my neck that was on fire.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so, but it was sketchy, bro, because, yeah, I survived it, but I wouldn't suggest it to anybody.
Yeah, that's rad, bro. That's rad.
Yeah,
That's
you gotta
rad.
do if you're gonna do that shit, you gotta go to stunt school or something,
Yeah,
like get on the full burn outfit or something.
that's right.
But no, I just wrote a new song. Like I'm gonna do a new project with music, but I just wrote a new song called Ride or Die, which is not wasn't really intended to be like Shred or Die, but it's a different vibe. And I'm starting a whole new band and shit. I haven't told anybody this.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Oh.
it just happened like a couple days ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
like my band Good Guys in Black is rad. We've been doing a lot of cool stuff, but I feel like I need something new and something different. So yeah, so I did this song with this band. It's pretty sick and it's different and I like it a lot. So I'm gonna kind of lean towards a band with this kind of vibe,
Is
you
it
know.
the same kind of like punk kind of style, or is it in the same? Is it the same or a bit?
Kind of like not so much like I feel like I became a better singer, especially by all this kind of like the headphone series that I do. And my writing got better, so I was like, this song is more. It's heavier, and it's more melodic, but it's not like. But my vocals are still kind of like, I kind of got like an Ian McKay, Suicidal Tendencies kind of
Oh wow.
influence a lot. So I don't know. It's kind of like a little bit more melodic, but heavier vibes, and like less less is more, dude. Like riffs that make you want to fucking go do something, and not so much like a lot of heavy solos and shit like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, nice. So
Yeah.
is this new band? I'm not sure if you want to divulge too much, but like your old band, Good Guys in Black, like that was sort of just you, and then you were just sort of like getting band members in, or did you have like a solid
Yeah.
band by the end? Like, do you have a solid band with that now, or was it
Uh,
always the way that it
well,
was? Like,
ever since I started playing music, it's been a challenge because I started after the fact of being a pro athlete, which is always like challenging for one, being an athlete and playing music. Because a lot of times people think you can't do it because you're supposed to just be the athlete. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Which I don't agree with. And so for me, when I jumped into music, it was like, I think a lot of people weren't as genuine as I thought they would be. Like, it's not like, rah, 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 let's go write some songs and tour the world and get in the van. It was more like, oh, we're with pro writer Rick Thorne. Hey, can we get sponsored by Fender? Do you feel what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm just trying to write some music here. So I had to deal with that a lot, which was very challenging. because finding people that are just genuinely people that want to start up a band and make it happen can be difficult. You know, when you have a name and something.
That's right.
It's kind of like if, it's kind of like if, I don't know, like I don't know if someone like Mike Vallely has the same kind of vibe going on with what he does. I'm sure people like, you know, he has different bands he's in and stuff that he does. But or like let's say like it's like if Tony Hawk started a band tomorrow, how many people are lining up to be like, let's do this, or are they gonna be like, oh, it's with Tony Hawk? You feel what I'm saying? And I just felt like I felt like a lot of that, and I couldn't keep genuine band members because I was fooled a lot at times. Does that make sense? So then I was like, okay, fuck it. I'll just like hire people because this is what I want to do anyways. And it always made me feel like I never really had a band. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. So this band's so now you've got so with this new band, are you going to have a solid core group?
Yeah. I got a solid group of guys. So it's like it's just a different. It's kind of just like reinventing myself musically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And trying to just I've been able to tour a lot with music anyways because I have kids and I've raised my kids by myself. And I've been single 13 years and I have no family in California. And I've had my kids 80 to 100% of the time. Yeah, so now that I've devoted my life to raise my children and I quit touring. So I haven't been able to like do what it really needs to take to be in a band anyways. Does that make sense?
Yeah, man.
And that means like being gone and being on the road and, you know, but now, like, my kids are leaving me and they're getting on with their lives and shit. And I'm like, well, fuck, I need to, like, start something new for me so I can live that dream that I never got to live because I had kids. Not that having kids wasn't a great thing. It's just I had to raise them. You know what I mean? They didn't have
put life on hold.
That's it.
Yeah, I did. But I've still been busy. Yeah.
And some of your other interviews with other podcasters and stuff, like you mentioned that, like, when you started music, like, there was a bit of backlash from the BMXing community, like, that you were kind of like trying to do something different? Like, how did all that go?
Yeah, I've never really done like, well, look, dude, I'm sorry if I keep cutting you off. It's probably just the connection. I'm hyper anyways, but listen, the BMX community at one point in time really kind of came at me because they were jealous of all the opportunities I had. I was in video games. I was with Tony Hawk. I was hosting TV shows. I bought a house in Bel Air. They didn't realize I was like a poor white trash kid from Missouri, dude. I saved all my money. I never partied. I didn't blow it. I saved it. And I kept trying to climb up this ladder of things, or not ladder, but just kind of like build my life. And like a lot of dudes at that time were so jealous of the opportunities that I had. That's why I started the band. And what happened though was with a lot of the backlash, not just the band, but just being successful outside of BMX, created a lot of envy and jealousy. And so I started the band. That's why it's called Good Guys in Black. You are a good dude, even though you're looked at like you're a bad person, whether it's your tattoos or the way you dress. That was the whole point of it, is that I felt like I was getting sabotaged by the same people I knew forever because I got a bike sponsor that's paying me money. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Get to work. Get to work. Yeah. It's not my fault. It's not my fault you don't have a personality. You know what I mean? It's not my problem.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Like go to personality school or some shit.
Yeah.
That's not a fucking problem. But I ain't hating on you because you're a wooden stick. I don't give a fuck. Do your thing. Sorry if I'm cussing a lot. But
no, that's all right, mate. Just go for it.
But that's what happened. And so when I started the band, I thought like I would get more love. The BMX community has been the least supportive in that area because I've been pigeonholed as a bike rider, and therefore you can't do something else. I just feel that way. Now, it's okay. I don't care.
Yeah.
I sound like I care. I don't. But I used to, but I don't care.
So how did you deal with it at the time though, mentally? Were you in your own head about why aren't these people supportive? How did you get around it? I know when I get stuck in my own head, it just goes on loop for days and days and days, but
well, no, I think with me what I did was I started a tour, right? With Monster Energy, and I went to 60 skate parks and 3 separate tours, and I did a BMX contest, a skate contest, and local bands played, my band played. Like love for them and for them to kind of get into my music. And for me, I didn't really bother me because I just kind of accept the fact that like I'm on my own path, doing my own thing, and if these people don't like it, that's fine. I can't rely on them for them to like it. I mean, sometimes I got more love in other industries and stuff. That's okay. You're either gonna like it or you're not gonna like it. But I think at times when you're known for something, and at the time, I got so much static for being successful that people kind of like wrote me off in a sense of being this kooky guy or something. That's what it felt like. And I was like, you guys are so wrong. You're just so in your own head about me,
Yeah.
But I would just go write songs about it. Say, fuck it. Like,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
like,
And so like you also
you
got
know,
like
it's not like I dick or anything, but just if you ride a bike, yeah.
no, and
Go ahead.
that's
Sorry.
no, that's not coming across as a dick at all, man. Like it's real, man. Because like the thing is, you can't just BMX forever, right? Like you've got to have other avenues to be able to make some money, like and do things, be creative. Oh,
We lost him.
we've lost them. We've lost them. Might be a bit bad connection there. Oh,
That's right. We'll hang tight.
same time.
I can't talk like that. Play music, man. And just let it be.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, Rick, we've just dropped out. Yeah, man. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, you there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
I'm
here.
still here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we,
So-
we missed all that.
No,
Do
no,
it.
here, I'm gonna pull over right here. No, it's not like I'm not salty at all. I'm not
Nah.
upset or salty or these are just anyone listening. This is just old stories about like I created something out of people's negativity towards me instead of caving in. I never stopped writing. I never gave up on
Nah.
myself.
Nah.
So for me, in a way, like thanks for motivating me to start a band by, for whatever reason you have in your head.
Totally,
But
man.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I don't give a fuck. Like it can't. That stuff just gets in your way, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
And
And like, so you've got like your comedy gig on as well. Like you're doing your comedy stand-up stuff now.
yeah, dude, because I started to do like I just wanted to position myself like with with like I said earlier, like my kids get older, and I just want to position myself to where like, look, dude, I've stayed single. I'm gonna be real. Okay, look at me, look at me. I'm not doubting myself at all. I'm 55 years old. I ride BMX bikes. Do you think that it's that easy for me to find a chick? Come on, man. So I'm like, dude, like, and I'm not the kind of guy that's like, well, I wish my life would be better if I just had someone in it. I raised my kids. I don't want any more responsibility. I don't want a relationship. I don't want responsibilities. I got used to being single. I want to go on the road. Like
Yeah.
I for 25 years, I stopped to raise my kids. I did my I don't regret it at all. I'm psyched. I'm actually sad my kids are moving on. But like, what am I gonna do? Fucking sit here? So
That's
I
right,
said,
you
well, let
can't,
me
man.
go to
Get out.
You
comedy.
can't. Yeah.
Yeah. Get go to comedy, start music, reinvent yourself with music, position yourself to where like you go back to doing the things that you love to perform. And if that's what I'm supposed to do, then I'm gonna go do that, So that's kind of
100%.
what yeah, but comedy was on the list. Like when I was a young kid, anyone listening, make a list. I made a list of all the things I wanted to be in life, and a comedian was one of them. And so that was a whole nother like world of like learning what comedy's like and how to tell a joke. And I mean, I'm still learning, And so it's cool. It's another like way to express yourself. And just entertain people is always fun. Making someone laugh is always fun. So
That's right.
that's
That's right.
that,
What about
yeah.
any films, mate? You got any films lined up? You were in Triple X and Pull Up Mall Cop and anything else in the pipeline there? And is there anything
No,
that you
I
would
mean,
like to work on?
fuck yeah, dude. There's a bunch. I think more tattoo people need to be in Hollywood.
Yeah.
No, I've had a hard time sometimes finding an agent. or more, let's say a manager, because when like I need a theatrical agent, right? But the way, especially nowadays, the way that Hollywood is and the acting is that it's crazy. It just goes, it's going through a weird vibe, a weird like people aren't working, bro, and AI's killing a lot of things and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's always something I love to be part of, and the movies that I was in, I was grateful to be in. I went to acting school. Like, here's how it happened with me. I had a TV show for ESPN. I did it for 5 years, and it was called X Today. And so one episode, they're like, "Hey, at the Philly X Games, we want to do a TV show, and you're going to interview this guy named Vin Diesel." I didn't know who Vin Diesel was. I mean, I know it sounds stupid to say, but I didn't know who the guy was.
Not really, man. Nah.
And they're like, "Okay, so you're gonna interview this guy. He's got this movie Triple X coming out about action sports." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I interviewed him, and he liked me, and he put me in the fucking film.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
cool.
try out for it. He just put me in. And I was like, "Whoa!" And I thought it would be like hosting because I didn't know much about acting. And then he's like, and that went well. And then I got into acting school after that, and I did 3 years of acting school, and I did like 7 or 8 more films. Mall Cop. I was in small part of Accepted. This movie called White Tea. With do you remember? I think his name's Jamal Mixon. Remember that really that guy from Old School? Do you ever remember the movie Old School
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
And he was the bigger black guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The funny guy.
Oh.
Yeah, I did a movie with him and his brother, and so I started doing these random like movies and shit, and it was cool. And then like just things, they things take turns and dives. I haven't given up on it by any means. It's just like that's something you have to hustle all the time, and I haven't. I've been raising my kids, man, so I've been hanging on to writing and music and stuff. So if an acting gig comes along, yeah, I try out like every now and then. I'll get like something, a breakdown for something. But even auditions are different now. Auditions are more like you send in a video after COVID, and no auditions are really in person anymore. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
that's
some
crazy.
are, but yeah, it's crazy because you used to have that rush of an audition and going in person and acting and and auditions are funny, dude, because you'll do an audition and then you'll be like, "All right, take over the mall." Like, "Oh my God, I'll kill you." And then you're like, you're looking at everybody and you're like, "So, did I get the part?" And they're like, "We'll call you." And in your head, you're like, "Yeah, but bitch, did I get the part? Yes or no?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta do like the walk of shame. They're like, "All
Yeah.
right, I'll see.
Yeah,
There you go. Don't make
See
eye
ya.
contact."
yeah. Yeah, I did a couple of auditions back in the day too, and I didn't really get anything for like TV commercials, but they messaged me one night and they said, "Oh, we've got a part that we want you to audition for, and we want you to be a naked stunt body double, for like a Hercules TV show." And I was like, "Man, I don't want my first gig on TV to be like my ass on the screen."
That's the one they'll remember you for.
Yeah,
No way, dude, that's funny. You're like, and then they lure you in. You realize it's like for a porno.
yeah, yeah,
Busted,
yeah.
busted.
Oh man, yeah. So yeah, I kind of shied away from it. Yeah, 'cause I did a few things for telly, like stunt riding too. Like I got a big background like mountain biking, but BMX and stuff. So, but
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
yeah.
hell yeah.
So it's like I've known who you are from like long time ago, man. Like my first Warp Tour was in '98, and I met Steve Cab there, and there was
In
a
Australia,
the Warp Tour in Auckland, New Zealand in
that's
'98.
it. Yep. Was
Yeah,
it
so
'98? Was that the year? Yeah,
yeah, so
yeah.
I was 14, and it was my first time crowd surfing to Blink 182, and me and my friend we snuck backstage and met Jim from Pennywise after the show and stuff, and so it was real punk, and it was yeah, it was pretty
That's
choice,
sick.
and so yeah, that was
No,
sort of like boosted me because I back then I was a skater. I skated until I was in my early 20s, and then got into biking from there. And yeah, it was and so like I've still got the PlayStation 2 game, Matt Hoffman Pro BMX at home. Still got my
oh hell
PlayStation
yeah.
2, like still rock that shit, like Dave Mirra freestyle BMX and stuff. So yeah, like I've got quite a extensive knowledge of who you are, like from what right back then, but all of the acting and all the band and the comedian stuff, like that's all new to me. So, over the last few weeks, I've been learning all that sort of stuff about you. It's been really neat, man. Like, yeah, just knowing that there's a whole other side to the Rick Thorne that we just know through the BMXing world, you know?
Oh no, dude, thanks a lot for saying that. Yeah, I mean, you got it though, bro, because like the thing about competing with like the reason why you do other things is that you find it. I competed 25 years. So after 25 years, like, what do you want from me? Like in my head, you know, like if I'm not doing it for me, then it's just like you're doing something expecting a different result after it kind of gets like that. And you just reach a point where you're like, I'm not into competing. But if you make your whole value only competing, the second you're not winning, well, what now? You don't have a value. And that's what happens to a lot of people. Like they don't know what else they want to do, or they're too afraid to do something else or step out of the
Right.
box. And for me, I've never been afraid because look, like I said earlier, people came at me and I understand why people came at me. Okay, here's why. I did ads with people's criticism and me in the ads, and BMX was like, "What's he doing?" And I was just playing around, and everyone just took it to heart and got all serious about it and freaked out. And it's like, okay, so you guys are going to kind of clown me for doing something standing up for the sport, like standing up for the sport when I started ESPN, when they wanted me to wear rollerblades. Not that I have anything against rollerblading. I don't give a shit what you do.
Yeah.
But they wanted me to wear rollerblades, what is it? A denim shirt with a microphone and come up. I said, no, but I'm a biker. I wear black. I need a lavalier. I always stood up for bikes. I always included bike riders. I always interviewed the bike riders. And so I really stood up for riding in the media that I don't think a lot of those cats know behind the scenes, that ESPN really didn't know shit when they first started. They didn't know jack shit. And so they leaned on my show and my connections, like the Warped Tour, like getting a skateboard made, like hanging out with Metal Militia, like all the layers that I layered, going to Warped Tour, doing this, all these bands. And like, so you guys are going to fucking come at me for being genuinely loyal to the sport and trying to put it out there the best I can, then I'm not afraid to start as a comedian or a band or something. And I think that like some people are afraid to, because they're stuck in that circle of like what they're afraid of, what maybe their industry will say about them. And then they don't explore other things. Skateboarding's different. Skateboarding's always explored different things, and they've been pretty fearless about it. BMX has always been a bit timid with that, but I've never have been. And so to do the comedy and the music and all that kind of stuff was just like, well, I know I want to ride forever, but I also want to do these other things on my list. So just go for it, because people, the point to all that rant is, these dudes are talking shit anyways. You're doing rad shit within BMX in the world of representing it. Fuck them. Go do this. Well, who cares what they're going to say about this? Doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
That's
and
right.
so that's kind of like but I've always been a punker like that. Like I've always been the dude where like, you say I can't do something, I'm going to do it. Or like, if you don't like it, I don't give a shit. I've always been that kind of guy. But, well, I thought I was that guy 100%. But when BMX happened, that did that to me. And there was like really close friends I know for 30 years that were talking shit on me. That hurt. But all the rest of it didn't. Does that make sense?
Man. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, well, fuck them though. I'm still riding. Fuck them. I'm on my way to the park. What are these guys now? They're like sitting around, look at what they did, and fuck it. I don't give a shit. Go run.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. That's exactly it. Fuck them. You do you.
That's it. Eh?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, I think like
I just went on a rant. It's a podcast. We can do this kind of shit.
that's
I'm
right.
just going on a rant.
Speak the truth.
That's good, man.
I mean, but I'm not out to fight the world. I'm just out to do my thing, motivate other people, and fucking try your best to entertain yourself, dude. It's too short. Friends of mine keep dying all the time. My buddy Joe Alamo just passed away, BMXer from the 80s last week. Like, it's crazy, man. Life is so short that people's small talk really don't matter. I can't believe I let anybody small talk ever even bother me, you know? And so it's like, it's just so short, brother. Like, you got to live your life. And if you're doing positive stuff, keep doing it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's it. Like if we're constantly worrying about what everybody else is always thinking, we're never going to live for ourselves. We're never going to do shit. Like
no, and they don't care anyways, because
and that's it.
Yeah, but the problem isn't you. The problem is if a person looks through their eyes and what they see is negativity, that's internally their problem. They have to figure that out. It's not anything you're doing, because like I had a friend once to be like, I always look for the negative of things. See, it always happens. Like, no, because you manifest that, bro. Because that's all you're seeing. Like, I could see that car and be like, oh, I can see the good qualities in it. You could see the bad because through your eyes, your perception is negative. That's something internally within you. It's nothing I'm doing.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? Like, so once you look at it like that, you don't get as offended.
No.
You're just like, oh, so,
And this is
you know,
this whole like PMA thing, right? That you've always been about, positive mental attitude. Like
yeah,
it's we can sit there and we can wallow in the bullshit of life, or we can say, you know what, man, like, yeah, it could be fucking raining outside, but there's some flowers in the garden and they look beautiful. Like,
yeah. Or just do your thing. No matter if you're not hurting, you're absolutely right. And if you're not hurting anybody, because a lot of times you'll do something or try something that somebody thought about doing. And then if they failed at it, they'll say, oh, it's hard. Like my son plays football. He's a beast. He's a freshman. He's 6 foot. He's 170 pounds. He's a wide receiver. He's fast. He's a beast. He's got hands. But everybody's like, oh, that's hard. That's hard. I said, don't listen to him. It was hard for them. Of
mm,
course it's hard. That's part of that. That's part of working for something, dude.
that's
You
right.
know, like not saying that to my son, but saying that to people that always say that. And I've taught my son and my daughter both that. Like, do the things that make you happy in life, man, but things take work and you got to work for them. And, if you don't work for them, then you can't accomplish your dreams or your goals. You know what I mean? It's like, it's
Yeah.
hard to figure out. But along the way, you got to stay positive about what you're doing. So the positive mental attitude, I actually inherited that, not inherited, but introduced that through a guy named Napoleon Hill. And he wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich. Now, a lot of people first got introduced to PMA through Bad Brains because they got that song, got that PMA, you know, and they were very positive, right? But the guy before them was this guy named Napoleon Hill. And if you look up his lectures online on iTunes for like $4, you get 10 hours of his lectures, and it teaches you how your brain works, how your subconscious mind works. What you think and say is what you get, whether it's good or bad. It's where you put your vibration. It's where you put your thoughts. And so it's so easy to knock stuff down, right? For people, but like it's hard for people to give people compliments or build stuff up. So when you start to talk to yourself differently, your life changes, man. It really does. I know it
That's right.
sounds crazy, but it's really that simple. You
No,
know, just
no,
what you tell yourself is what you get. You
it's
know what I mean?
definitely not
So
crazy, man. It's definitely not crazy. Like that inner voice that we have determines so much of the way that we, you know, perceive ourselves to the world, right? Like if you're sitting there constantly telling yourself that you're shit, then you're just gonna be shit. Like,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like,
yeah,
or like if you go to ride something, like you skated or you skate or whatever, you know what's up. You guys probably surf, do all kinds of shit in the street. You guys are always active. But you're looking at something you're like, oh, I'm gonna jump that. You're like, yeah, but you might fall and crack your head and die. And you ain't gonna do it. But if you're like, oh, it'd be sick to do that. It'd be rad. I'm gonna go for it. And you have a positive, you're gonna clear it. If you tell yourself you're gonna crash, you're gonna crash. Like it's it's really that simple with everything. It's just we get tangled up with a lot of things as humans, like ego and greed and jealousy and envy and all these other things that kind of can block that and block you from your own potential because you're looking and you're critiquing the others when you need to
yeah,
turn that around and put it at yourself.
yeah, that's right.
It's yeah, I mean, it's stuff, everything I'm saying everybody already knows. It's just applying it, and
Yeah,
being reminded of it. So Napoleon Hill kind of like was that guy where I was like, oh, this guy's badass. Like the subconscious mind never goes to bed. I never knew that. Wait, that's why they say don't fall asleep in front of the TV. I get it. Now you're logging all these fucking commercials in your head. You see what I mean? Like it's listening all the time. What a
yeah,
trip.
yeah.
Listening right now.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
why my mum used to put love songs till midnight on when I was a kid. And now
Really?
I've got this like innate ability to remember all of these wild love songs from the 80s because they're just
Dude,
ingrained in my brain from subconsciously listening to it while I was asleep, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it's
that
crazy,
is
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have my kids listen to Slayer, and now they all worship the
Yeah.
devil.
Yeah,
No, I was
wow.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I wish mum had to put something like that on because yeah, because now I like hear these random power ballads. I'm like, how the fuck do I know this song, man? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
will
man.
always
That's it.
Anyways.
That's it.
Yeah, no, there's these frequencies you could sleep to as well, like different frequencies for Hertz frequencies. Some of them are for healing, some of them are for like memory. I don't know, all different types of frequencies. And I forgot which one I used to listen to, but when I slept, like you could do like a YouTube video, it's 10 hours long, wake up, it's still on, right? I played that for my kids a lot. They never even knew it. It's just, I guess that's why they're all crazy, but that's what I did. But no, you know how I changed my way of thinking though, because I've been married 3 times. I've fucking dude, I've been through the ringer through a lot of different ways, and I've stayed positive and a lot of things. But I needed to change my vibration on my life, and one way that I did it was I would listen to audiobooks while I slept, because once I learned that the subconscious mind never goes to sleep, I was like, oh shit. So I could listen to like self-help books, and my brain's gonna log all this info. And over time, I'm going to like look at things differently. Let me try it out. It's something I just kind of came up with on my own. And sure enough, dude, like I did it for years. I'd go to bed with like Napoleon Hill on, and I would wake up and he'd still be, it's long hours of lectures. I was logging all the things he was saying just to test my brain. And it worked, because here's how it works. Man, I want to buy a Jeep. And you're like, cool. And then you tell someone else, I want to buy a Jeep. And you think, I'd love to get a Jeep. And then you're driving, and you're like, whoa, how come only cars I see are Jeeps? It's your subconscious mind working, because it's revealing what you're thinking about. Dude, I'm telling you. So I was like, all right, let me, I don't want to get another bad relationship. I don't want to be married again. I don't want to attract the same person. I want to stay single and work on myself. And it worked, bro. And then I became like more like, I liked being single. I liked being alone. I liked having time to myself and time for my kids. And so with that said, over time, by logging those books, I got different books. Like Esther Hicks has a bunch of books about law of attraction. And then a book, No More Mr. Nice Guy, no more people pleasing. I had that problem.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And so then I was able to like log this shit, and then it worked. I'm telling you, and now I don't need to listen to it at all. That like I just see the red flags that I never saw before. If I'm encountering somebody and it's a girl, and I'm talking to her, and then I see things I didn't see before. I'm like, I'm not afraid anymore to be alone. I don't need to be desperate to be with this person. I don't need to have someone in my life to be happy. And so then I became my own best friend in a weird way. And then it's cool. I'm cool with it though. I'm all right. Like that was my mental healing that I needed. And I did it all through just kind of like DIY. Like I did the vocal training, bro. It's just like a DIY shit. Like just start to figure it out. You know what I mean? And the reason I got on that is because the subconscious mind, man, you sleep to these books, be honest with yourself about what your flaws are. And if you find literature that you feel like you can relate to, listen to it while you sleep, man, you'll see changes. Not overnight. Trust me, not overnight. It took me a few years, man. I'd be sleeping to books.
Yeah.
Worked. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I might give that a go, eh? I might get on some audio books overnight. Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, dude, it works. Hold on, let me text this dude, because I told him I meet him at the park. And I'm gonna tell him that yeah.
No, you're
15.
good, man. You're good. We appreciate you.
Taking the time.
Taking some time.
No, dude, I'm sorry. Like I said, Saturday's always weird because I understand the time change. I'm cool with it. I don't normally do too many interviews during the day. That's why I just let my mind. That's all. But yeah, man. I mean, hey, look, dude, like you can do anything you want to do in this world if you really just try. I always tell people, like, I'm just gonna ramble here, but like the best way to start something is just start. Like without starting, you'll never know like what, you're like, oh, I wish I would have done this. But if you never just at least tried it once, and you try something like stand up. So many people go, I want to do stand up. And they keep saying it all these years. I'm like, just go to an open mic and just fucking go up there for 3 minutes. Nobody cares. It's an open mic. Like it's no one's here. Half the people aren't even listening to your ass.
That's right.
At open mics.
Just got to give it a
Because
go.
they're not.
Yeah,
they're all comedians looking at their phone, waiting to go up and shit. You know what I mean? Like people are listening, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and you'll do it one time, and then you'll be like, dude, that was the shit. And then you'd be like, all right, next time I'm gonna, and then your brain starts to go, and then you start to get in it, and then you're in it. It's like just getting past that starting gate, like racing bikes, when the gate drops,
Yeah.
getting past that gate. Once you're on the track pedaling, you're like, all right. Oh, I got to pick it up. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. So I just tell people all the time, if there's something you want to do, there's nothing abnormal about me or weird about me or whatever. I'm just I learned. You can learn anything if you just put in the time,
Yeah.
and you got to just be wanting to do it and believe you can do it,
Yeah, and I guess that's like us when we just started this podcast thing. We haven't been at it very long, and it was kind of like, well, how are we going to be perceived? Like, is it going to be good? Like, are we going to be? But it was kind of like, fuck it, man. Like, we just do it because we want to do it, and if people watch,
Exactly.
people will watch, and if they don't, well, they fucking got tons of other stuff out there they can do. Like,
Yeah, I'm still struggling with it though.
yeah, I mean, it's
I'm struggling.
like it's just
What do you mean? What do you mean struggling? How struggling? You said you're struggling.
Like to get out of that starting, to getting out of that starting block, like right now,
Yeah.
like to be honest, like I'm just sitting here taking it all in and just listening, and I'm just like, oh shit, how's that going to be perceived? This guy's not talking, he's on a podcast. Why is he just standing there and staring there like a deer in headlights? But I'm like, nah, man, I'm just enjoying the convo.
No, you're good. I mean, a lot of times too, podcasts are like, because I do a podcast as well, and I've been interviewing people for a long time. And one thing about being an interviewer and interviewing people is you kind of got to keep it like about the guests. So podcasts are always like, when I do my show, I'm like, sometimes I got to shut the fuck up. But like, but like, it's a way for that person that you're interviewing to tell their story, because that's why people are tuning in not only to see you but to see your guests. So it's kind of like a weird balance, because I used to be I would interview people and then I would put it back on me, and sometimes I'd be like, oh, I got to learn to like just leave it about them. And then when I started doing comedy helped me become a better host, even through all those other years of hosting for TV and MTV and all this shit, is because now I actually listen and I actually respond in a way that's not just about me. You know what I mean? And I'm able to tell a joke. So like all the things you do, music, podcasting, comedy, writing, they all kind of go together. One works with the other one. You know what I mean? Like you learn a lot from being a comedian. You stand up in front of people. You're not behind a band, or you're not with your helmet on behind your helmet. It's like bare bones, just you and a microphone. It's the rawest form. And then you're able to say, well, I could do that. Then you learn how to work a crowd that way. Then you know how to like listen this way. And then I don't know, you just kind of like play with it. So I know what you mean, bro. But like, I didn't take it as that by you just sitting there like you're saying at all. I think you guys are just interested in hearing what I have to say, and that's kind of what it's about sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I've learned a whole lot over the last couple of weeks. Obviously, looking into what you do and what you're about, and now obviously listening to you talk now. I've just really just been enjoying it, to be honest. Tim's done
Yeah.
all the work, and
Yeah.
I'm reaping all the benefits, mate. I get to listen to it.
Nah.
No, dude, it's cool. You guys are a good team, and you'll know too, like anyone listening, like it's kind of like when you start skating, right? You're like, oh, I learned how to ollie, and then you're like, oh, I'll learn to shove it, and then oh, I'll learn a kickflip. You're like, maybe I could kickflip off this, and then you keep just adding shit. It's
Sure,
like
man.
it's like that in anything. Like if you relate your career, because you skate, right? So if you relate anything you do back to how your skating was, everything's kind of like relatable. Like, oh, you fall down, get back up. Oh, I learned this. Maybe I could add this. You do this. It's all the same kind of like way of thinking, of like expanding your art and your work. It's like you just keep layering it. That's the word I'm looking for. Layering. You layer it, and it's the same in anything. Music, you
Sorry.
layer it. Comedy,
Sorry,
layer
mate.
it.
We've got this heap of shit car just drive past my garage, and we're just looking at it going, thanks for ruining our shot.
Oh, what were they loud?
Oh,
Yeah, man, the
like
fan belt was
some
weakening as.
shit, yeah.
You didn't pick up on that? You didn't hear it?
No, sure. I'm too busy talking. You sure you're
No,
not
that's
living in
good.
LA? You in LA?
We got a grassroots set here.
Yeah, mate.
We're in Braden's garage. That's our setup.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
LA's crazy, bro. But I've been to crazier places. It's not that crazy. It's just the thing about LA is it's just got a lot of people. But I mean, yeah, it's got its moments. But people are crazy everywhere, bro. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So you got some.
Not everybody's crazy though.
You got any? So you got some touring coming up. You're gonna do some touring with the band soon, or?
No, not necessarily soon. We got this song, and we're gonna do a music video June 20th, and I'm just starting to like kind of repackage everything, rename, not repackage, but just like start something new.
Yeah.
And when I get off the phone, I'm pretty sure I have what's your email again?
Real Talk No Bull.
Is that the one you emailed me? Is that the one you
Yeah,
emailed me?
yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
I'll send you the track.
Oh yeah,
that we
please
just
do.
And but yeah, man, it's good. But as far as that, like I'm like coming up, I'm doing stuff at Woodward West, working with them on this project for their adult camp. I'm doing a comedy show there, and then I'm going to be a tour guide at the Punk Rock Museum.
Oh, man.
I got a comedy show coming up in Bellflower. Like I'm always busy doing something, like hustling, all kinds of shit, dude. There's always something. But as far as like being gone and on the road, nothing's planned yet. I still got my son's football schedule is so intense, and where we live and where he goes to school, and just it's his training and the level of his training, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot more than just like, oh, go play football in high school and come home. It's like he reminds me of me riding bikes. He's such a beast. He doesn't stop, and he just found something he loved to do. He's been playing 8 years, so that takes a lot of my time, right now. But I enjoy it because it's like my daughter. I did the same with my daughter, and she's moving, in a month. My son would be gone one day doing his thing, so I got to live it.
Yeah, but
I'll
it
regret it if I don't.
must make you feel proud though that what am I trying to say? Like instilling how you tackled your BMXing career and just not giving up and doing it. Now that he's obviously doing the same thing, it's like you've done parenting right.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, like, I mean, I didn't grow up with my dad. So I told myself, like, nobody gets left behind. And I'm not making this shit up when I say I had him 80 to 100% of the time. I did. And the mom's cool. The mom's in their life, but they always just chose to want to be with me. And I didn't want to rush off and be in another relationship. So I just said, I'm going to devote my time to them. I never got to do this. I never got this. I never got like these things I could do for my kids. And luckily, Monster Energy has been an amazing sponsor. I was the very first Monster athlete ever on their team. I've been with them for 23, 24 years, whatever. And they've always stuck by me. Dude, it's sick. They've always stuck by me. They've always like supported my tours and the things I've thrown at them that I wanted to do. They've always been like real supportive with my ideas and everything. So I've been able to still be a bike rider and pursue these other things like my band and stuff. And live a lifestyle that I was able to always be there for my kids. Not everybody can do that. So I've been very fortunate just for that, like take the time, never miss a dance, never miss a play, never miss a football, basketball, soccer, baseball, jiu-jitsu, surf, lessons down the line, never missed anything. Every science project, everything was just us and them. So I'm grateful for that. And I don't regret it at all. Not one bit.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah. So no, dude. Like we have such a strong bond as a family.
Yeah.
But now it's my time again. So I want to get a stripper pole and move back to the hills.
That's it. Another way of making that money.
Let's go, Rick Thorne stripper pole lessons.
Let's do it. Do it.
Do it.
Hollywood.
Yeah. We want to see some content, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You thought Jane Fonda had some videos. Wait till you see this shit.
Yeah, hard out, man. Hard out.
So anyways, yeah, I don't regret it. I don't regret my kids at all, raising kids at all, bro.
Man,
not at all.
Not at all.
No. And so you just like, you man up, dude. You man up, and you handle
kids
business.
are a blessing, man. Kids are a blessing.
You guys got kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. I got two. I got a she's 10. Should be 10 in next month, August, and then my son just turned 6.
Sick. Congrats.
Yep.
Yeah, and I got two daughters, 9 and 6. So
you guys still got good ages. Wait till they turn about 13.
Yeah.
Well, they think they are, don't
they? Yeah.
Bye-bye. When you turn 16, it's really bye-bye. You're like, where you go?
I'm scared for the teenage years, man.
Yeah.
I'm scared, bro.
That's going to be hard work. It's hard work now.
my only advice is this: just be real with them. Talk to them about everything. I talk to my kids about everything. You know
Hell
what I
yeah.
mean? Not in like a. I'm just a real person, bro. I'd be like, if anyone ever tries to fuck with you while you're riding your bike home from school, because they used to ride the bike home from school where we moved. I said, you look them right in the eye and go, my dad will find you and he will fucking kill you. And if you say
Absolutely.
that, no
Yep.
psycho's gonna mess with you because they're
Yeah.
gonna know that your dad's more psycho than he is.
That's
Yep.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
no, that's what I'm the same too. All my daughter's friends are already they go, oh, we're scared of your dad, and it's like, no, it's the tats. But
Yeah.
really, I'm just a big softy.
Yeah, big
But
softy, mate.
if I have to kill, I will.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is that when they get older and start bringing boys home and stuff, or going on dates and shit, you're just like, you gotta like do that. Like, hey, what up? You ever see
Yeah.
that? You ever see the Martin Lawrence and Will Smith and the Bad Boys when they talk shit to the
Yeah.
kid at the
I
door?
can't wait for that day to
Yeah.
happen. I
Yeah.
cannot wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It really
Oh,
scares
I'm
some
still
people.
that. You'll always be that way. Even when
Yeah.
they're like 30, you're probably still be like, who's this guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy just pulled his pants out. What are you doing, dude? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My
I
daughters
told my
already know.
daughter, hey,
Yeah.
My
yeah.
daughters already know there's a few prerequisites with me, eh? Like if she brings home a boy and they put tomato sauce on their fucking steak, they are out of our house, eh? They are
Fuck
gone.
out of here,
Yeah,
bro.
they're
Yeah.
gone.
Later.
Yeah.
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 I'm the
No, I'm
same
not
way,
having
bro.
that.
But
Not having that. Yeah.
yeah, they're good though. Kids are good, man. And I don't regret like at all, like anything that I ever did raising them. Not at all. Not one bit at all. Money's just
Nah,
money.
oh
Money comes
man,
and goes. I don't give a
it's
shit about any of that.
it's
You know?
awesome that you've lived such a really busy, involved life, but you've still found that time to be a father, man. That's incredible. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Because
and I did it because I was single. I was single. I'd always joke and be like, I don't want to go on a fucking hike. Okay? I don't care about hikes. Go for a hike. Let's go to Runyon Canyon. I don't want to go to fucking Runyon Canyon. I want to ride a bike. I want to find an empty pool. I want to shred. I got till 6 o'clock. That's when my kids get out of daycare after school. And I'm going to go pick them up. I don't
yeah,
want anything after that. Right. And I've been able to do that because when you're in a relationship with somebody, it's a responsibility. You have a responsibility. And I didn't want to layer that. So it's been a huge sacrifice. But
yeah,
I'm only going to get a relationship if she's got money, dude, at this point.
Yeah. That's right.
I'm
That's
about
it.
some Anna Nicole Smith shit. Watch. What's my chick? She's 90. What up?
yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
I'm just kidding. Relax,
That's it.
everybody. Yeah, you got to
Awesome.
apologize for everything nowadays. Everyone's so sensitive.
Nah, don't nah.
Are
Say
you
what
guys
you want.
sensitive in Australia too? Are you guys
Yep.
sensitive down there?
Well,
Yeah.
my wife's pretty hearty, eh? She's got pretty good sense of humor, man. So we've been together 20 years, so we're pretty good with each other. She knows
But I
she
mean,
knows.
is society super sensitive about everything? And like they are in America,
I think
grown
it is.
people apologizing and shit. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you say. Apologize. Yeah,
Not like Canadians down here. They don't apologize for everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 I
But
get
nah,
it.
it's definitely. I think it's definitely you got to watch what you say now. I
Yeah.
found that even on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not, being a comedian, it's just like you joke about something. If it's funny, say it. If it's like mean and you're being a dickhead, then that's different. But if it's funny, then there's nothing wrong with being funny. It's just how you tell a joke and what your vibe is,
Yeah,
really. But I mean, I got to be careful with some of the jokes I say. I think I do because of the way that I look. Like,
yeah,
I had to tread lightly in some areas with comedy when it comes to certain topics because people will automatically judge a book by its cover and think, oh, this guy's like, you know, he's serious. And really, it's like, no, I'm joking. You know what I mean? So, I write about stuff though. Anyways, it's more about childhood and like just different things than some comedians do like have like a lot of racial jokes. I don't really do like a lot of racial jokes at all. You know
you
what I
haven't
mean?
had anyone
I
come
do.
up and try to slap you or punch you like we've had it over here. We've had a few comedians that have been slapped and punched on stage.
No, I have had like people try to talk shit, like, well, a few times, but there's always, but you own the space, so you're free to just fucking rag on them. Like
Mm.
you can't let anybody take your spot. Like what you I'm on stage. This is my time. I'm not. If I give that to you, then I look like a fucking bozo. So you learn how to like come back witty enough to stand your ground, but not to where you got like you're fighting or anything. But just like stupid shit. Like people. There's always There's always a heckler at a comedy show, and I never understand that ever. I don't get it. You're not supposed to talk.
Yeah, they feel like because they've paid their money, they're entitled to do it.
Or they just want to be on stage. They have the balls to be on stage.
Yeah.
So they heckle from the crowd in the back. And it's like, bro, like every comedian gets it though. I did a show with Bill Burr. Well, not with Bill Burr. I was just on like the same line, like same show. And he's cool as fuck, dude. I've met a lot of those comedians like Bert Kreischer, I love, Tom Segura, Pauly Shore, because I hang out at the Comedy Store a lot. So a lot of the comedians, the newer comedians like Chappelle Lacey, Dean Del Rey, these guys are all awesome people. But everybody gets ragged on, even like times people come with Bill Burr or like, what's his name? Fluffy, I met him, and I know Jacoy. So, just put myself in the mix and being around these people and seeing how they work and how they move. And there's always somebody trying to, or Sam Tripoli's a good friend of mine. He's a really good comedian. And, but Sam's so good at getting, you know what I mean? Like you learn how to like stand your ground, but not to where you're like, it's fighting. You're not fighting. You're just like, just telling some jokes here, bro. It's not, just take it that serious, the comedian, you're not taking it that serious. So why are you,
That's right. Right.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere we can watch your comedy stuff? Like, do you release much of it or?
I did. Well, I haven't done shows for a while, but I was actually getting ready to post some stuff on Instagram coming up. But like, I have like a reel, but I just did a reel more for kind of like trying to get gigs and shit like that. But like, I haven't recorded like a special or anything like that. I'm still kind of new to even be at that level. But I mean, I'm able to do like, if someone's like, hey, can you do a half-hour set? I could do a half an hour, and it's still kind of hard for me, but I could pull off a half an hour. You give me a solid 20 minutes, I got a solid 20 minutes of material. And that's where like, once you start getting a half an hour, you got to be able to keep people's attention the whole time, or you're just bombing, bro. You're just like, it's longer than you think, bro.
Yeah.
And so I'm not at that level yet. One day, maybe I would like to record some stuff like a special or something, but I'm still a newbie. But maybe just little snippets here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be cool, man. We'd be interested to see it, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. I talk so much shit on my kids, even though I love them. It's the best.
I think it'll be good, man. I think it'll.
No, I don't. It's not that I talk shit on kids. I'm just like, it's good material. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's it.
Oh yeah, it's just fun. I talk shit like on everything. No, I really didn't say I talk shit. I tell what kind of stories and shit too. You know what I mean? I'm kind of that kind of comedian.
Yeah,
different.
You would have had a lot of you would have had a lot of stories to tell. So some of them would be funny as.
Yeah, like you got someone like Steve-O. Steve-O's a comedian, but he's almost kind of like a storyteller comedian. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he'll tell you, because you want to hear that jackass shit and the stuff that they did. So it's kind of like a mix of like this performance show with comedy and videos and stories, and it's cool in its own. He's doing his own thing, which I think is cool. So but yeah, man, I'm gonna get back on this freeway, and if I lose service, I'll feel like shit. But my buddy keeps texting me like, "Where the hell are you?" And I'm like, "Bro, just hang on."
Man. Cool, man.
All good. You've taken the time out of your day to speak to us, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, it's been awesome.
Dude, if you do any kind of promos for this, a flyer or video clips or anything, send it to me because I'll promote it, bro, for sure.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, we'll send it through for sure.
Okay, cool. And then hold on a second. Don't hit me. Okay. Because I know if I go forward on this freeway, it's gonna cut out. I already know.
Nah, it's all right, mate.
So,
it's all good, bro. It's all good, man.
Hey, dude, I appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot for having me on your show. Thanks to everybody for listening.
Thanks you.
Yeah, hopefully I didn't talk too much, but I do like to hear the tone of my voice.
That's what we want, though.
Hey, man, have a great day. Everyone out there, stay rad, and thank you so much, guys.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, bro.
Nice meeting you guys, man. Much love.
Yeah.
Okay, peace out.
Thanks, mate.
Bye.